In this video, we're going to talk about my February trade numbers. That's right, we made over $4,600. We're going to talk about them in this video. We're going to break down every single trade. Stick around. I know you're going to like this one. Let me show you my Hey, welcome back everyone. It is time for another red hot covered call video. Well, hey, look, today we're going to talk about how I use covered calls and cash secure puts to generate the some $4,600 that I made in the month of February. I'm going to show you my P&L. I'm going to show you the actual trades, and I'm going to show you if I sent the members a trade alert. Well, actually, I send the members trade alerts for all of my trades in and out. I tell you what, that is the absolute benefit of being a part of my membership. You get to see all of the trades that I do. And yeah, if you're on YouTube, you only see 1 or 2 a week. They're seeing all of them. And I'll tell you what, they're getting an opportunity to see the world through my eye. That is absolutely priceless, because if you're sitting there wondering what trades to make, what other trades might be out there, well, for my membership, which I'm basically giving away, I mean, come on, you get to see it all. So that's what we're doing here. And we're going to talk about my February numbers where I pulled in over $4,600 in cash flow on the table. So, hey, look, if you like anything you hear today, and I want you to subscribe to the channel. I come back every week. We do talk about cash flow, generating cash flow so we can live in retirement, pay some bills, live the good life, okay? And if you like this video today, do me a favor. Come on now, bang that like button. It lets me know you like what I'm doing. Now, what we're doing is this. I want to show you inside of the phone app. You know, recently I talked about that beginner's trade, right? That easy swinging covered call where you use a big S&P type company and you're being super conservative. Now, that's going to be a part of the membership. In fact, I already put out a Money Monday video where I sent to the members that exact Money Monday video where we talked about how Pfizer could be a great opportunity for a covered call, cash secure put, and a poor man's covered call. And what I did in that video is I broke down exactly what trades I would do if I was asked, seeing the world through John's eyes. Now, I also sent them a blog post. That blog post actually broke down every single trade that I would do, picking the strike price, picking the expiration, looking for the mid on a certain premium. We talked about the expectations. And I ended up doing the poor man's covered call trade on Pfizer. I ended up doing 5 contracts, and I outlined exactly why I would do 5 contracts. I'll tell you what, that is absolutely the benefit of being a member, because you literally pay like 44 cents a day. But here's the deal. You're looking over the shoulder of a successful, active trader that sells premium to put cash flow on the table, man. This is real money that I use to pay for my bills in retirement. Okay? This is not some YouTuber putting together content just so you watch it and he gets paid YouTube dollar bills. That is not what you see here. I show you my trades, we talk about them, so maybe you learn something. Those trades are real money, and that's real money I win or lose. Inside the phone app, which every member gets for free, you get to see every single one of my blog posts, active trades, and videos I post. These are all things that nobody sees on YouTube. So what I want you to do is go to cptdashboard.com, click Upgraded Dashboard, get your 1 free month. I mean, really, I'm just giving this away, man. I'm telling you now, for the content I provide, for the cost, I mean, really, that Pfizer trade alone would pay for your membership for years. Head over to cptdashboard.com, click Upgraded Dashboard, get your 1 free month. I would love to welcome you aboard. Now let's talk about those trades in February. Now these are how the trades closed, top to bottom, okay? So as you can see, February turns out to be a decent month, particularly when we come out of a month in January where I only made $1,670. You know, I retire in December. January, I'm traveling, so I'm really not on top of my game when it comes to adding income on the table. But we jumpstart everything for 2023 in the month of February. And what we end up doing is knocking down $4,600. Now remember, the goal is $2,500, and really what we're looking to do is generate over $2,500 a month. But if we make $2,500 a month, that's going to satisfy my cash flow needs using my selling premium portfolio. Now let's go to the individual trades so we could talk about them. So here's the trades as they close. So this would be my P&L. Okay, I always show my P&L. There's never a question. Look, if I place a trade in this spreadsheet, I can prove it. So here's how this trade worked out. First trade of the month that I close, because remember, I do not book any profits whatsoever unless the trade is closed, because many things can happen from the projected cash flow to the actual cash flow. So in this month of February, these were the trades that physically closed. Okay, a PayPal covered call right off the bat. You know, the stock was trading at $79.05. I noticed with PayPal, we can write these $10 strikes, right? $10 out of the money strikes and pick up a decent premium and not feel that PayPal is going to challenge that strike price. Well, in this case, I pick up $200. I only have 100 shares in my taxable account. We knocked down $183 because I bought it back. Again, I bought it back for 17 cents. Got paid $2, bought it back for 17 cents. Notice that I bought it back about 4 days before expiration. Now, this is important because this was a 30-day trade. There's only 4 days left till expiration. I could have easily let this go to expiration and pick up the entire $2. What I elected to do was buy it back for 17 cents, making a total of $183, and then we look to roll it. We're going to roll it because on this day, believe it or not, the option was down because of time value, right? We're getting into the last week of this option's expiration. So even though the stock was up that day, my option was down. So I was able to double benefit, right? I was able to buy it back for cheaper. Then I was able to roll it for another credit. And I'll tell you what, that's what we love to do. Members got that email too. Then we dropped in a bros trade. Now on February 1st, we went ahead. I have a poor man's covered call, meaning I have 2 LEAPS contracts, and I have 200 shares. Usually when I write one covered call, I'll then use the other. Meaning, if I use my shares, I'm going to then turn around and use my LEAPS. We're going to put these trades on simultaneously. As you can see, I didn't really do that this time, but that's typically what I do. So I can monitor them, right? Well, in this case, when I put on the covered call with the shares, it was trading for $37.57. We did the out of the money strike, the 40 strike, got paid $1.15. We pocket, after I buy that back, $226. Notice that I buy that back 1 day before expiration, gave back 2 pennies. Again, stock market's up. I go ahead, use that opportunity to buy it back, literally paying a 2-cent cost, and I keep the rest. So I keep $1.13 in my wallet. We end up pocketing $2.26. Same with the poor man's covered call. Now here's the deal with the poor man's covered call. It's a LEAPS call option that I'm using in lieu of the shares. So the reality is here, I don't want my shares taken away anyway because I don't want to deal with managing and unraveling the poor man's covered call part of this. So notice I pick the deep out of the money strike. I probably pick the 25 to 20 delta. I do not want the stock to challenge my strike price. Notice my strike price with the shares was 40. This time I picked 44. Only pick up 90 cents. Also notice I let that go to expiration. As you can see, I paid 1 penny. It was the day of expiration. I had expiration of the 24th. I went ahead and let it go to the 24th. Then we dropped in TNA. Now TNA is interesting. I have 200 shares that I'm seriously underwater, but we have to get them in the game. I just bought 300 shares, so I'm basically at the money. So I'm having fun with this where 300 shares, I'm able to really collect a lot of fat premium because I'm able to sell these at the money strikes. Notice, with the shares, the 300 shares that are at the money, look at that. I basically write that at the money strike. Meaning I buy the shares at about 40.75. I'm able to write that 41 strike, picking up damn near $4. Now I pushed that out to the 31st because if you've been watching over the past couple videos, I've basically been picking March 31st for all of my big trades, kind of letting everything expire at the end of March. Want to give it a little bit of time. The stock market's dipping a little bit, but that's fine. Figure I'm going to get paid in March anyway. Let's pick the max date in March. Give the call buyer a little more time, and I get paid the extra premium. That's why I picked March 31st. Well, in this case, the first one, the 200 shares for which I'm down, that I decided to do March 10th. Then I decided to use the March 31st. And as you can see, I went ahead and bought the 200 shares for which I'm down on considerably earlier, about 17 days early. The stock market had fallen. TNA is now trading around 38x. We go ahead and pick that up for 34 cents. We take it off the board so we can maybe look for another 30-day covered call and pick up over $1, maybe $2. In the case of the 300 shares for which I'm at the money, this one I use my 50% rule. Literally over 31 days left, the stock has fallen such that my option price has fallen 50%. Now that's a 50% guideline for me, because now I'm going to buy it back, pocket all this money, $606, but now what we're going to do is we're going to sit, we're going to wait, we're going to let this trade percolate. You love that, don't you? What we're going to do is look to write another covered call. And that's what we ended up doing. I sent that out. In fact, I did that as a video, I think either last video or 2 videos ago, where we talked about, even though I own the shares, the stock's down, my current on the books TNA trade for these 300 shares, they'll take my shares at my cost basis, but yet I'll make $1,300. Think of that. Just by being a little more active with our trades, we're able to put real money on the table. Here we are, we talk about Bros. On February 22nd, we did a short-term cash secure put. Kind of got slapped around on this one because notice it was right before Bros earnings, and I thought it might trade sideways to higher. It did not. Bros actually fell. I was assigned the shares at 38. Now I was paid $2.25 for that. So if I use the $2.25 in cost basis reduction, well, of course, my cost basis is much lower, but I don't do that. That money, that $2.25 was spent on bills, living a good life. So we are going to work Bros at 38. Okay, 38 is my strike price. We're going to work it. Right now, Bros is moving higher. In fact, it's about $1 higher today. And I'll tell you what, you're going to find that the news that caused Bros to fall some 11% on earnings is just profit taking. I told the members this, that run they had leading into earnings was so fat, you knew Wall Street would take profit. Look, Wall Street does not leave profits on the table. That thing had traveled from 29 to 42. When earnings came out, of course they took profits. Well, with that said, Bros has not really fallen since earnings. It's trading sideways to higher with the rest of the market. And in fact, today it's up over $1. I like Bros, and I'm going to keep playing Bros. Now we're going to talk about a trade that kind of hurts. It hurts because the TQ's trade that I placed, 1,000 shares, we're going to try to make $1,000 a week. You remember this, right? Where I take a 10-week challenge, buy one stock. We're trying to use that one stock to generate $1,000 a week. Well, week number 1, I was able to do that. I did a cash secure put, basically at the money, $24.50, and I pocketed $1,000. I was assigned the share. Well, that was the week where the market had tremendously moved higher, and then it peeled back for the next week. I wasn't able to put on a trade last week. And this week, it's Friday, nothing. So here we are, 3 weeks in, I've only made $1,000. I got some work to do. Okay. And hey, I take pride in my 10-week challenges because over the past 5 years, I've done these 10-week challenges and I've actually blown away the number. Remember that 10-week challenge when I tried to make $10,000 and I made $19,000? Yeah. So I take pride in this because it's a gain for me, keeps me active, and it excites you. You love seeing this kind of stuff and you want to see how I manage trades. I get it. Well, I haven't been able to do that. We're going to get back on our horse. I'm going to look to write a covered call on these shares for next Friday. Next Friday, we're going to try to knock down $1 for that. We're going to manage it, try to pick up $2,000 4 weeks. We got to get back on the horse. We have to try to make $10,000 in 10 weeks. Now, just a little taste here. This would be an email that I sent to the members talking about Bristol Myers. We're talking about Bristol Myers trading at the bottom of its range. And that's what I love to do. I love to show charts, talk about Bristol Myers in straight talk, right? I want to present it in a way that is very easy to understand. It's me talking, right? That's what I do. I send this kind of communication out to the members. I keep it nice and tight. It's not all wordy blog posts you see on the internet. And look, I present the information to you, and guess what? I do the trade. I put skin in the game most of the time. In fact, notice I have a limit order for 3 contracts for this exact trade. And in fact, this trade went live. Absolutely love this cash secure put on Bristol Myers. It's trading exactly where I thought it would. And right now it's testing that 70 strike, but that's okay, because now we still have the rest of the month for it to rally and move higher. And even if I'm stuck with Bristol Myers, man, this is a absolute mature company with real profits, dividends, so on and so forth. And I think it's trading at the bottom of its range. So we're able to write a covered call at the bottom of its range, which is my cost basis on the shares if I'm assigned. And we look to double dip. This is almost like a wheel, and I didn't even talk about it being a wheel. When you join the membership, this is what you get. Now, let me show you what I posted for the members as my monthly recap. Now, I know we're getting long on the video, but if you're still here, you want to see this, right? So a lot of people ask me, how much money do you use? Well, I always say, look, $225,000 in my taxable selling premium account. And that's what I've been doing for years and years and years. Well, sometimes I don't use $225,000, and sometimes I use more than $225,000. So this is a great breakdown as to how much money I actually use. And in February, this actually surprised me because I've been putting on a lot of trades. In February, I only used $104,000, $105,000. Okay, so in February, I only used $105,000 to generate $4,635. That is 4.4%. 7 trades. They're all here. Look, Bernie Madoff got popped because he was just making 1% a month. We selling premium investors, traders can make more than the markets when we sell premium consistently, and it doesn't have to be that risky. It can be conservative. Right now I have a Pfizer trade, a Bristol trade. I mean, these are some of the biggest, most conservative companies on the planet, and we're generating real cash flow, putting $4,600 on the table. Now, yeah, we don't talk about taxes because everybody has their own tax situation, but at the end of the day, that money, $4,600, deposited into my account, and there's no denying that. So I do a recap for the members. We talk about those trades. I show the trades, and we also talk about where I've been. Where have I been over the past 5-6 years? Well, as you can see, I'll tell you, man, 2021, that was the volatility month of the century. This is my all-time high right here, $23,000. Obviously, that is not typical for February. Notice how I'm very consistent. 4,600 this year, 4,500 last year, 2020, February 2020. This is before the vid, 5,400. And the year before that, 2019, when I'm literally at the top of my game, making $110,000 that year, $6,700. Now, this is consistency. Now, one would say it's consistently going lower, but look, I got a lot of irons in the fire. Moving forward, and now I'm able to use my non-taxable IRA account. Well, I'll tell you what, we're going to break records. I'm going to do special videos just talking about that, how I trade in IRA, because a lot of people are in retirement and they would love to see how a selling premium player uses his IRA to generate the kind of cash flow like this. So what I want you to do is go back to cptdashboard.com, click upgraded dashboard, get your 1 free month. And hey, look, if anything, man, head over there and get the free spreadsheet so you can up your game, keep all the trades in front of you, and sign up for the free newsletter. I'm putting that together. We're going to put that out this month, and it's going to include some of those Money Monday videos that I always talk about. I think you're going to get a kick out of that. Hey, look, be safe, be healthy, most important, be lucky. Until next time, may all your covered calls be profitable.